One of the most common questions I get these days in consultations is where should I move in Canada? Which area or province will give me the best chance for permanent residency? This question actually has multiple layers to it. And in this video, I will break it down step by step. Here's what we'll be talking about. Number one, when does it actually make sense to move to another province and when it does not make sense at all? Number two, which are the provinces that are currently performing best for PR and when moving there can still be unfruitful even if you do everything right? Number three, we will see how Skylarks International can help you if you are stuck or unsure about your next move. All right, let's get started. Let's cover our step one, which is when does moving make sense? As of October 2025, and realistically for the next few years, given the current immigration trends, one of the things that is very clear Canada is nominating candidates based on occupation demand, not just location. Let's understand why this is happening. The country wants to nominate people who can fill real employment gaps in its economy. If you look back 5 to 7 years ago, around 2017 to 2020, Canada was short of people across all sectors. There were openings in restaurants, food services, hospitality, skilled and semi skilled jobs, basically everywhere. But now the situation has changed completely. Today, Canada has around 3 to 4 million temporary residents, which means there are already enough people available to do entry level or general labor jobs. So now the government focuses on sectors that are truly in demand, where there's a shortage of workers. That's why if you're working in sectors like hospitality, warehouse retail like Walmart or Dollarama, security, insurance, finance, or even in certain engineering roles, your chances of getting PR are very low, no matter which province you move to. Now, yes, you might say, but this province targets transportation or that province targets IT. You're absolutely right. They do. But the reality is the scope is shrinking. Even people who are already living in those provinces with employers ready to support them and all documents prepared are still struggling to get nominations. Some succeed, maybe 40, 50, 60%, but many equally qualified people don't. So, if you're planning to move just to find an employer and hope that will fix everything, chances are it won't help much unless you're already in an in demand occupation. Now, if you're not in one of these sectors, I have already made a detailed video on how to transition into an in demand occupation. You can check the I icon and watch that after this video. Coming on to the step two, province wise overview. Where does it actually work? Let's start from the west coast and move to east. So, first is British Columbia. If you are in BC, you have graduated there and you're working in healthcare through BC Health Authority, education, and specifically early childhood educator, not assistant, or construction or trades, and your PNP score is 100 or above, you are in a good position. Stay in BC and target your PNP. But if your profile doesn't fit these categories, BC might not be fruitful. In that case, it's better to move. Let's talk about Alberta. As of now, October 2025, Alberta has two main PNP streams: Alberta Opportunity Stream and Express Entry Stream. The Express Entry Stream is almost suspended, so let's focus on Opportunity Stream. If you have studied in Alberta and working in hospitality or healthcare, you can benefit, especially if you are in smaller northern areas outside Edmonton and Calgary. But if you're moving from another province to Alberta to just find a job, it's not a great idea because you'll need an LMI to apply for the opportunity stream. So if you don't have one, Alberta isn't ideal. Number three, Saskatchewan. If you have studied in Saskatchewan, it's a good province for permanent residency. You can apply under various PNP categories. But again, the strongest chances are in demand sectors like healthcare, education, trades, construction, and transportation. If you are coming from another province without any Saskatchewan education background, you'll lack points compared to local candidates, so your chances go down. Coming on to Manitoba. Manitoba works quite similarly to Saskatchewan. Try not to stay in Winnipeg, move to one of the rural areas or RCIP areas to improve your chances. Manitoba has also supported candidates whose work permits were expiring, giving them nominations, work permit extensions, opportunities in critical roles. This may or may not continue, but it shows Manitoba does value people contributing to its economy. So, this is something that you can consider. Let's come on to the next one, which is the biggest one, Ontario. Ontario has PR pathways and gives the highest number of nominations each year. If you have studied in Ontario in a 1 or 2 year program, you're already in a strong position. Just remember two things. Number one, stay outside the GTA. And second, stick to healthcare, education, trades, or construction sectors. Recent draws have focused mainly on healthcare, especially PSWs, nurses, home support workers, and early childhood educators or assistants. Also, if your institution is listed under Ontario's international student stream, even if it is outside Ontario, you can still apply for PNP without Canadian work experience as long as your employer supports your application. Ontario also has a few more advantages. It has the Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream, it has the Skilled Trade Program, then it has the Foreign Worker Stream, and finally, it also has five communities that come under Rural Community Immigration Pilot Program, which are the Thunder Bay, Sudbury, Timmins, North Bay, and finally Sault Ste. Marie. So, Ontario is undoubtedly one of the best options if you qualify. Coming on to Quebec, Quebec mainly requires French and its immigration system is entirely separate. Unless you speak French, it's not an ideal province to move right now. Moving on to the next, which are the Atlantic provinces Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island. All four Atlantic provinces are doing really well for permanent residency. Let's look at them quickly. New Brunswick, fantastic choice if you move there and work in healthcare, education, construction, manufacturing, or transportation. After 6 months of experience with the same employer, you can get your nomination within 2 to 6 months. Nova Scotia. You can also apply through the International Graduate Program, study for 6 months, and become eligible even without prior work experience. And then Nova Scotia has the AIP program and its own PNP programs as well, where generally you need 1 to 2 years of work experience. Newfoundland and Labrador requires at least 1 year of stay and work experience. Healthcare, education, construction, and hospitality are still active fields. However, again, the trend is moving towards the in demand sectors only. Prince Edward Island. Transportation, healthcare, education, construction are strong sectors. In all Atlantic provinces, avoid moving to the largest cities. Choose smaller, developing areas instead. They get more government funding and offer better PR prospects. Okay, I hope that with this information, you will be able to make a call of which province suits you the best. Moving further, how can Skylarks International help you? If you are not already in an in demand sector and you don't know how to get into one and where to move and want to transition, we can help. At Skylarks International, we specialize in these consultations and work with partner institutions that offer certifications and job placements. So you're not just getting qualified, you're getting employed in a sector that leads to permanent residency. We create success stories every month, and you could be the next one. Click the link below to book a free consultation. If Slots are full. Don't worry, just call us on the given numbers and one of our expert counselors will assist you. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Take care.